Hello! I know it's been a while since I've updated, but I wanted to reflect upon my first Megacon experience. That's right, my first Megacon experience. And not only was it my first Megacon experience, it was my first con experience. Let me just say this. It was overwhelming. It was really good. I had a blast. But there was just so many people. But it wasn't a bad thing necessarily all the time. I just, I wish I had videoed more. We went on Saturday and it was really super busy. So, I was focusing on, oh my god, all these artists that I haven't seen before that I love. And, I really want to buy their pieces. All the other stalls and vendors that I was like, oh, manga for $3, I'm so there, I have to look through the box, a bunch of other things, and then also looking at all the cool people in costume, and then also being dressed up myself. Speaking of, here are a few photos of what Sarah and I dressed up as this year. So those were just a few pictures. We had a blast, but the only thing we're probably going to do next year when we go to Friday and Saturday at least, and then on Friday, we'd only, I don't know that we'd necessarily dress up, but our focus on Friday would be buying from the vendors / artists, and then for me at least, it would be taking picture / video of other people in costume, because I really wanted to capture that and I didn't. The few clips I got, I will show now. Ready? Yeah. Doesn't look good. Gonna encounter a lot of bad costumes today. Very bad. Very, very bad. Very bad. But that's part of the Megacon experience. I think.
I said so.
And the watching trick running around is actually
Thank you, guys.
Do you need... So those were just a few random clips. Nothing major, sorry. But I did spend a bit of money there. Well, at least for me. I spent probably $100 even, but $65 was spent on one item alone, so I will show you that item right now. Dun da da da! These are called CYBERLOX. And they are part of the cyberpunk genre. So, and I also apologize, I know this one is lower. Let's see. This one is lower because it has a bad clip, but the lady who made these already, said she'll send me better clips. So, they will be even once this one has a better clip. I'm lucky this one is staying in my hair as it is. So, yes, these were $65, and my first reaction when I heard her say that was, okay, I don't need those, because I've been wanting these for about a year or so, because I just thought they were awesome, and they are. She said they were $65, but she was quick to tell us why. And, you know, it's basically, you know, she handmade them. There's about 30 yards, and I don't know if that's 30 yards in one or 30 yards in both, but they were $65 for the pair. And other vendors at Megacon, because Sarah and I walked around when we were looking, other vendors were sending about a third of this for maybe $20 or $30. And it just didn't look as good quality. Obviously not as much, because, you know, if you're paying $20 for a third of what one of these looks like, you know, that's ripping people off, compared to $65 for the pair of these that are, you know, so much more material. So yes, I love my CYBERLOX. They're so cool, and I really want to wear them to class, and if I do, I will definitely vlog it, because I have a feeling I'd get some pretty weird looks at my university. Yeah, so just wanted to share, because they're amazing, and Sarah and I will probably be making our own, because I've been looking up tutorials online, and they seem to be really easy to make. They wouldn't be made in the same way as these, because these have like a clip here. But the ones I'm finding are for like ponytail scrunchies. You know, you put the tubular crin, which is this, put the tubular crin around the scrunchie and make it so that you can put your hair in a bun and then tie the scrunchie over the bun. And I think those would be easier, because my hair is really, really greasy sometimes, and these clips are just sliding out. So, but definitely worth the money. And if you want to buy a pair of these from the same lady I bought them from, I will put a link right over my mouth. Go here. The lady is super nice. And I already told her I would recommend her to anyone and everyone that I could, because she was really nice to work with. If you like the page on Facebook, she puts out coupons sometimes for her items. And then, you know, like I already mentioned, she posted on Facebook that a couple of last batches of the CYBERLOX had bad clips, and if you were one of those people, to contact her and she would send you free of charge 2 brand new clips, much better quality, to sew in yourself, or if you had problems, she could do it at Megacon or whenever. So she's super nice. I recommend, you know, still searching around if you want to, but this is just my personal experience, to just buy from her, because her stuff is really the best. And I definitely don't fault her for the faulty clip. And just as a post note, I apologize that it doesn't really look good with my Tobuscus t-shirt, but what can you do? Now, on to the artwork that I bought. Alright, so the first 2 pieces that I bought were made by a lady named DAVOLI. This is the first one. And this is the second one by her. And of course, the video doesn't do them justice. But I loved both of those pieces, and she was super nice, and she signed both of the pieces that I bought. And then the second lady that I bought artwork from, her name is CHANDRA, and I bought a misprint of one of her pieces, but the only thing about it being misprinted is it just has like a black bar on the side, but it's still a beautiful piece, and it was a couple dollars less than the actual print. So here's that. And then the last thing I bought, I'm not sure if this is by Brent or his wife Kayla, but they're called WOODSIDE Illustrations. This is the piece I bought from them. So yeah, those were the artworks and the CYBERLOX that I bought at Megacon. If you're interested in any of those artists that I showed you, and there were tons of artists that I would have loved to buy pieces from if I had the money. But anyway, if you liked any of the artists that I showed you that I bought from, I will put links over my face, and of course they'll also be down in the description. But for the CYBERLOX, they are Zombie Buddy Productions, I believe. That's their website. For the first two pieces of artwork that I showed you, DEANNA DAVOLI will be here-ish. And the third piece I bought, the misprint by CHANDRA, will be here. And then the last piece that I bought from WOODSIDE Illustrations, their website will be here. So click on the boxes and go to the websites, support artists. So yeah, that was my experience at Megacon. It was a lot of fun. Like I already said, it's kind of overwhelming on Saturday. But I definitely can't wait until next year. And Sarah and I already kind of have ideas of what we're going to be doing, dressing up as. And it's going to be so fun once we figure out how to do that. I've already kind of posted on my Twitter and Facebook, so whoops, for trying to keep it secret, but not really. So if you want to check out my Twitter, shameless plug, here is my Twitter account. Yeah, that's just my little update. It was a blast, and I definitely can't wait till next year. See you next video, which will probably be tomorrow.